What is the purpose of life?
Self-realization. Self-realization. The purpose of life, self-realization. Ik kan het gewoon niet uitspreken.
Any other choice?
Love. God.
To live. Happiness.
To live happily. And to be aware and go back to the source.
To grow.
Well,
Oh, excuse me.
It's all nice to think.
He's right. The purpose of life is to live.
Yeah, I remember from last time.
To live. But don't live like an animal, live like a God. Means live healthily, happily, joyfully, helpingly, lovingly, harmoniously. That is our logo of Kriya Sundays. To live happily, healthily. What is the difference between animals living and human beings living? Four things are common to animals living, human living. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. Eating and drinking, sleeping, fear, procreative activity. Animals are human beings. In what human beings are superior? Knowledge. Spiritual awareness. They have the same society. Very well organized society. They communicate very well without talk. Even while hunting, you might have seen the pride of lions hunting. Nobody talks. But in due time, due move, due person in due place. So, please remember life is to be lived, but that life, instead of leading to more and more bondage, should lead self-realization, liberation. How to increase or how to acquire knowledge from the teacher or from the gurus, from the masters. Bhagavad Gita gives the guidance. But the technique of learning, one learning is from work. The real knowledge is experience. But before that, how to work is also learning process. So how to overcome the weaknesses, how to overcome suffering and sorrows, and how to practice spirituality. Here, Krishna is answering to Arjuna, pariprasnena pranipatena sevaya. With positive attitude, humbleness, questioning in order to know one should serve the teacher. So now, you have been practicing Kriya Yoga since so many years and also in this seminar. If you have any question, please come forward.
I have a question about opinions. I don't know why, but there's something about strong opinions. So I can have strong opinions and it may be very wise. But what is really wise then?
Everything related to material things can never be spiritual. So wisdom has many implications. Wisdom in material things or worldly things, and wisdom in spiritual things. So, first thing is survival. Survival. If you survive, then you can do material practice and spiritual practice. So take care how you survive well, so that it should facilitate spiritual practice and knowledge, acquiring knowledge. And your training process, your education process, and what you learn from your parents, from teachers, from peers, all this count. But one should have a positive attitude and avoid negative attitude. To achieve something, you need to motivate yourself. The stronger is the motivation, the stronger will be your practice, so the chances of success are more.
Sorry, I do it in Dutch, it's easier for me. So I do it in Dutch because it is easier for me. Ronald, als je een intens karma hebt, hoe verhoudt zich dat in de vrije wil? Waar zit de ruimte van de vrije wil? Of hoe ga je
Wat doe je
daarmee
met
om?
intens karma?
Sterk. Groot.
If you have to feel that you have strong karmas, strong karma tendencies, how does this relate to the power of the free will? Everybody has a free will, so how does that relate to the feeling that you have a kind of strong karma which determines the present situation strongly, which influences the present situation strongly. Is that what you mean?
Ja, en hoe vertaalt zich dat dus ook naar de toekomst?
And how
Wat is dat dan?
does that relate to the future? If you have the feeling of strong karma, how does that relate to
Karma is karma. Strong or weak, it will bear fruit. So if you think that strong karma will bear fruit more, and a weak karma will not, it is not so. And all these are mediated through the memory. Get it? This hexagon, here is mind, speech, body, again mind, brain, memory. This is the you, the essence. And this yellow is the prana. Because prana is their life energy, all these things are possible. And the source of this is the soul, the spirit, the eternal you. The soul is your eternal, indestructible you, and the other things are destructible you. But this memory determines your karma. This memory is propelling you, the style of thinking. Thinking is the origin of actions, physical actions, verbal actions. So, if you repeatedly do something more repeatedly, then that becomes stronger for you. And it bears result sooner. But if there is some casual thing and all this, it takes its due course and it is not very prominent. So that is how it works. So how much intensely you have performed this karma, how much emotionally you are involved in it, with what motivation, that makes it stronger away. And stronger karma bear fruit sooner. Anything?
Yeah, and then the relation to the free will is...
Yes. Free will is a little awareness. The free will is a flickering flame. And suppose you are going in a dark night, driving, then you will see a flicker of light. Even if it's so many kilometers away, you can detect it. and then you go towards it. So free will is always telling something. But because your mind is so externalized and you are so engrossed in the external material things, that remains dormant. But the more you get buffeted by negative experience, this trouble, it forces you, what is the meaning of all this? Then you go in. Then the flicker of free will become larger, light. Then you use that. That's what Buddha did. That's what Jesus did. There is all these saints that did that, and you are also doing it, you will also do it. And the more the free will you use, that becomes stronger karma. Then you can have the benefit of willpower.
Is the free will God?
Free will is God. It is the function of the spirit. One way of overcoming the ignorance of the inner self. It determines your motivation and action. God is unknown, unknowable. He is beyond the qualities of nature. He can only be perceived in the heart through yoga meditation. There is no other way.
Are there female Kriya masters? Not the Kriya masters? Female?
How it is going to help you? How it is going to help you?
No, I just was wondering if see all this.
I think that question we should not decide.
Okay.
Male Kriya Master, female Kriya Master, then the in-between Kriya Masters. That is not going to help us to grow spiritually. Because once you are a Kriya Master, internally you know that you are the soul. So once you are convinced about the soul, how can you still think gender difference, this difference, racial difference? So I'll tell you a nice story from the great story of the Divine Mother, incarnation of God as Divine Mother. It's called Chandi Purana or Durga Saptasati. The saints and sages and gods of heaven in the Satya Yuga, they were tortured by devils and evil forces. So they could not do anything about it, so they prayed humbly, self-surrendering for God's mercy, for survival of the dharma, for spirituality. So as they are closed eyes, thousands of them were meditating. And suddenly they felt like to open the eyes. And they opened the eyes, there is a beautiful young lady standing in front of them, and shining power emanating from her. Then they were scared. They didn't bow. But with folded hands they prayed. Kasittam Mahadeviti. Oh great goddess, were you? Then Sabravit, the divine presence in female form, told, Aham Brahma Swarupini. I am the form of the formless God. Mattaha Prakriti Purishatmakam Jagat. From me has come the whole creation consisting of male elements and female elements. Even if she appeared, God appeared in a female form, yet she is telling That from me has all creation comes consisting of male element and female element. You think about it. So God is beyond this distinction of male and female. And that is what she came to protect the spiritual. With mighty energy, she destroyed the evil forces. She is worshipped in female form. Yet also remember, all male and female have come from her. And she is everything. You cannot say God is good or bad. Beyond it, God is God. Beyond the triple qualities of nature, beyond Sajasic, Tamasic, beyond Sattvic also. You cannot judge God through human thoughts and standards. How can you? Because the whole thing is derived from Mother Nature, and Mother Nature itself is derived from the Supreme Unknown. Difficult to understand, yes, but if you keep on practicing, you will feel gradually light to the knowledge will become brighter, brighter in you. So practice is a must. Practice you must. Thank you. Next.
Swami, we hear many times that we are deluded by the senses, by the eye, smell, taste. But there are, I think, also very much mental things that we can be deluded by, misguided by, maybe even stronger.
Please repeat your question.
I mean to say that we live in this world, we see this world by our senses, and we are attracted by it. But it seems that also in the mind, our own mind, there are many things we can get deluded by, many distractions, even stronger than what we see by our senses. So how can we deal with that?
You know, the interesting thing is, this body is a dead body. It is inert. It is matter. It has no intelligence. Because the life of the soul is there, it seems to be intelligent. People are misguided by that. They concentrate on the body as the everything and sense enjoyment, and that is that due to ignorance that creates more problem. These eyes cannot see without mind being there. Suppose I will show you if I ask you, what is this? So this size and shape and color is referred to your eyes, to the visual center, then it is referred to intelligence center and memory. Memory replies, this is an orange and it needs to be eaten. And nutrition, it's not poisonous. So the memory is behind everything. If it is not in the memory, your eyes cannot see, your ears cannot hear, your nostrils cannot smell, your tongue cannot taste. This is relativity. But really speaking, this is an expression of prana, life energy. And human beings, to understand it, give a name to a form. And that remains in the memory, and that again repeats again and again, again and again. Then as you do more and more sadhana, you have better control over the senses, you have better control over the restlessness of the mind. You are removing the ignorance of the inner self gradually, that without that prana, nothing moves. So in one of the Upanishads, it is beautifully described by what is God. So directly they can't describe, it is not describable. The words cannot reach there. Beyond memory, beyond thought, beyond speech, beyond everything. because the whole thing has come from him. You cannot know it. So it is said, that which is the eyes of the eyes, no, that is God, not what people describe here. That which makes the ears to hear, or the hearer of the ear, no, that is the spirit. That which is breathing through your nostrils, no, that is God, not what people worship here. That which propels the mind to think, to go from here and here, the mind of the mind, that is the spirit, the soul, also known as God. He is the speech of the speech, seer of the eyes, hearer of the ear, breather of the lungs. That description. So as long as you do not go beyond the mind is matter, you know. Mind is matter. Every personality is 3 in 1. Each one of you is 3 in 1. 1, Khyara, Akshara, Purushottam. Khyara Sarvani Bhutani means the destructible, the indestructible, and the supreme. Body, mind, intellect, and ego. It is destructible. It is matter. That is your external. And that is kept alive through breathing in the soul, indestructible. Krishna described beautifully, the Kutastha Chaitanya, the supreme power of awareness, pure awareness, pure consciousness. And these two are pervaded from within by the supreme, Purushottama, the supreme. So each one is 3. So if you are confused more, you are engrossed in the matter, naturally you forget them and they are far away. And by experience of sufferings and enjoyment, suffering and enjoyment, you will stop and think, what is it all about? Then free will work. It is like that.
Gurudev, how do we define memory?
It's very easy, it is common sense. Memory means all the things which you speak, you think and you do remains within you or consciousness as information. They are not destroyed.
And that goes with the soul?
Yes. When the soul leaves the body. It's clearly mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So each one of you, though it appears that a person when he dies, people say they come empty-handed, they go empty-handed. But really speaking, you have a lot of baggage. You have come to the world with a lot of baggage, and you leave the world with a lot more baggage. And that is the karma, memory, the antahkarana, the finer aspects of your senses. And that is what is projecting you. Wow, I'll give an example. Suppose a family, father, mother, 4 children. So they may have a common aspect of the parents, but yet each has a different destiny, each becomes different from the other. And what? The environment. Suppose out of the 4 kids, from birth, when it is 1 or 2 months old, suppose they are born in here, Amsterdam. One is taken to India, adopted by a family. Let us say it is a Brahmin family. And one goes to America, gets adopted there. One goes to Brazil, gets adopted there. And one go to, you say which way?
Africa.
Africa. Yeah. Africa.
Africa. One goes to Africa. So after 20 years, they meet. One is an African, One is in Brazilian, one is an Indian, and one is Holland. But they're the same, from the same parents. That means each has come with his or her own destiny, which is called the baggage. And in this life, they act according to that baggage, memory. This thought process is like that. So the environment gave them their personality and the propensities. You know, there is a nice story. you should hear about it. It is based on fact, historical fact. Many years ago, it is around 1857, there was an uprising in India, British India, a struggle for freedom, an armed struggle. So there was a lot of killing from both sides. So when European officers, English, British officers, family were killed by the independent freedom fighters, and the baby was crying, few months old, a boy. So a Hindu priest, a Brahmin priest, Brahmins are more puritanical, more to learning, intellectual thing, prayers, worship. So they adopted it. So from the babyhood, the child knows them as parents. So he became a Brahmin. They gave all the sanskaras, rituals to make a Brahmin. At this time, ears piercing. At this time, food giving. At this time, hair shaving. At this time, a sacred thread, he becomes a brahmachari. And he's well versed in all the holy scriptures, Vedas and all this, and prayers, worship. He never knew anything else. He grew up. Very fanatical Hindu priest, the great fanatic. And then after many years, when he was 20 plus, a British regiment was passing by and they camped in that area and they were trying to find out the descendants of the British people who were there. And he had an amulet with a necklace. And they found him. And they invited him. And everybody knew about it. And they told, you have to go back to England. Your parents are England. You are a Britisher. He refused to believe it. He says, you are all telling lies. I am here, I am a Brahmin, priest. And it is my home. You see, then he had a crisis. But ultimately, they convinced him, even the adopted parents convinced him, no, this is a thing, this has happened. And he had an amulet, inside it there were the documents. So crying every moment, he went. This is a beautiful novel written by the great Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. And the name of that small book, novel, is Gora. Gora means the white-skinned person. He described all this. It was so strong that environment makes you. So similarly, one child of the same parents is an African, one is a Brazilian, one is an Indian, and one is a Dutch. So environment is a great factor. So again, if you analyze in detail, the whole thing is karma. And it doesn't know any nation or gender, anything, history, the cosmic law is cosmic law. It is impartial. The truth and the essence of the truth. Only human beings make the difference. He is so and so, he is so.
Is there also a family karma? Is there also a family karma?
There is group karma.
Yeah, group karma.
Yeah. I'm not telling that group karma here because you people will be excited and emotionally upset. So I'm not talking about that. There's a lot in it, group karma. Because many things you won't believe it. So when you are in a position to know it and tolerate, absorb this strange news, then it will be revealed to you. That is group karma. Why the dinosaurs died, all of them? Dinosaurs are ruling the world. Why they died? All of them. That is group karma. But if you tell it openly, people will say, oh, he is fatalistic, he is superstitions and all sorts of things, they will charge you and they will put you up in the cross like Jesus Christ. But you are naked. Lynch him, hang him. Okay. So, save yourself. You realize God in this very life.
So a plane is crashing is group karma.
Yes. But that knowledge used, research, why it happened, this defect, that defect, then in future it may save so many lives. That is also good karma.
We should keep an eye on the time because
Now it is 12:44. I think we'll cover the time. So this class is over. Thank you.
Gurudev, Aditya Baba, we are very grateful that you came this long way to Holland to meet us, to inspire us, to motivate us, to guide us, to give us new energy, new direction. So we are very grateful and thank you very much for being here. We hope to see you very often and we hope that you also like the group and
Please.
the group also enjoyed the presence of Gurudev and Aditya Baba. So I would like to thank you all and hope to see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lord Baba and all the members. You have taken so much stress to make it a success. You have used your willpower. Keep it.